Doing business in a brand new country can feel like you're trying to find your way through a maze, completely blindfolded. But what if you had an official, government-backed guide right there with you, showing you exactly where to go? Well, today we're going to unpack a super powerful, but honestly pretty underused tool for anyone trading with Bangladesh that can turn all that uncertainty into a real opportunity.
First off, let's just wrap our heads around the sheer scale of what we're talking about. Bangladesh's exports recently soared past $48 billion. That's a massive, massive river of commerce. But if you're just one business standing on the riverbank, it's kind of daunting, right? The big question is, how do you even begin to dip your toe in?
And that brings us to this idea of first contact risk. We've all felt it. It's that little moment of hesitation right before you hit send on an email or make that call to a potential partner halfway across the world. You're thinking, who are they? Really? Are they legit? It's that kind of uncertainty that can just stop growth dead in its tracks.
All right, so let's dig into that challenge a little more. Because if you want to grab a piece of that global opportunity, you've got to understand the hurdles first.
I mean, think about it. You're trying to find credible partners. You're trying to figure out local rules and regulations. You're bridging cultural gaps. And you're doing all this while trying to run your actual business. It can be totally overwhelming and super inefficient. But what if you didn't have to do it all alone?
Well, there is a better way. There's an official resource out there that is literally designed to be your guide on the ground. So let's pull back the curtain on what I like to call your secret trade weapon.
We're talking about a Bangladesh trade mission. Now, this isn't some stuffy, formal diplomatic office. It's the dedicated commercial wing that you'll find inside an embassy. The absolute best way to think about it is like a business-focused help desk, a practical interface built specifically for traders just like you.
Okay, this is so important to get right. A trade mission, they will absolutely help you navigate a market. They'll facilitate official introductions, but they are not going to close your deals for you, and they're definitely not going to do your homework. Think of them as a powerful connector, a market navigator, not your outsourced sales team. Getting this distinction is absolutely the key to making this work.
So now that we know what they do, and just as importantly what they don't do, how do you actually get them to help you? Well, it all comes down to one thing: making the perfect ask.
And what's cool is that this works both ways. If you're an exporter in Bangladesh, the mission can help you zero in on the right types of buyers abroad. And if you're an importer looking to source amazing products from Bangladesh, they can introduce you to verified, credible suppliers. It's a powerful two-way street.
Look, to get their attention, your request has got to be professional and it has to be precise. This 5-step structure right here, this is your blueprint. It shows them you're serious, it shows them you've done your research, and that you respect their time. This is how you prove you're a professional they should be helping.
And this is the perfect example of what not to do. Please send me a list of buyers. It is so vague, it's pretty much impossible for them to act on it. It just screams that you haven't done any of your own basic homework. An email like this, it's going straight to the bottom of the pile, I guarantee it.
Now just look at the difference. This request is super specific. We're talking cotton knitwear. It's targeted, Toronto, and the ask is totally actionable. Recommend importers and advise on trade fairs. This is an email that just radiates professionalism, and it is so much more likely to get a really valuable response.
So how does this all work in practice? The key thing to remember is that a perfect ask isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. You've got to tailor your approach to the specific market you're going after. Let's take a look at a few quick examples.
Okay, so say you're approaching the mission in Berlin. You've got to speak the language of the German market. That means your email should be all about technical specs, your compliance with standards, and your quality control systems. Here, precision is absolutely everything.
Now let's contrast that with Dubai. Totally different vibe. It's a super fast-moving trade hub. So here, your ask to the mission needs to specify your target channel. Are you looking for retail distributors, wholesale partners, or are you hoping to use Dubai as a gateway to re-export to the rest of the Middle East and North Africa? The channel is the key.
And then you have a place like Geneva, which has a completely different focus. That mission is not about connecting one buyer with one seller. Its role is way more strategic. It's dealing with big-picture trade policy, connecting with institutions like the WTO. It's a great reminder that you have to know the specific function of the mission you're contacting.
You know, all of these examples really point to one thing: having a professional mindset. It's not just about what you ask, it's about all the prep work you do before you ever even think about hitting send. Honestly, it boils down to this: be ready before you reach out. If you're an exporter, you need to be buyer ready.
Have all your product info, your capacity, your pricing, all of it lined up. If you're an importer, be supplier ready. Have your clear specs and timelines. When you show up to the conversation fully prepared, the mission can amplify your efforts like you wouldn't believe.
And that brings us to what might be the single most important takeaway of all this. Treat them as relationship and routing institutions. They are your navigators. They're going to point you to the right channels, they'll connect you with the right networks, but it's still on you to walk the path and to close that deal.
So there you have it. You now have the framework to approach these incredibly powerful resources with confidence and with total professionalism. The map to global markets is right there in your hands. So the only question left is, what's the first connection you're going to make?